Hello and welcome to another Mortal Kombat 11 video, and this is Let's Talk. And this time I'm going over an ability from Raiden, which is called Lightning Storm, which grants him it kind of teleports him in the sky, and it grants him four different moves. He gets a ground lightning. Then he gets an L straight projectile as well as an anti-L. He also gets a stomp, which is an overhead. See, it's a pretty good overhead. And he also gets a cancel. And he also has an amplified version, which just strikes lightning on the ground. That's basically it. Yeah, just does that. But he can also do his other specials off of that. So basically, first of all, when you have Lightning Storm on just as the only ability equipped, you make this Raiden a very zone heavy, because he still has his other zoning tools in the arsenal, such as his straight projectile on the ground. He also has his directional lightning strikes, and he also has his anti-L. You have really basically his really great zoning tools equipped with these other ones. So you're really gonna keep your opponent away if you're very good and you know which move to use. Now, why am I going over this ability? Is that, you know, it's not a tournament ability, but is this ability useful? And I would say it can be very useful. It can be. With zoning tool wise, you get more access to different zoning tools, such and such. But is it good to do subs on block? So I'll show you guys a couple subs that you can do. So you can do like back 1-2 into it. But if they're stand blocking like one in front of you, you can't like, you know, just do that. Like what you want to do whenever you do it on block is it'll amplify. Or just do the overhead. That's all you want to do is the overhead. Or the amplified version. Now they can jump on reaction to it. Like, if they see the teleport come, I'm not good at the special cancel. Like, they can jump on reaction. But the feel of the jump comes from the amplified. Because if they try to jump, I'm going to hit them with the amplified. So, the feel of the amplified is going to prevent them from jumping. But you can actually hit this on block, but that's only if the opponent is stand blocking, so like this. No, it's off this setup, no, block low. If you do this setup specifically, you can actually hit this. I'm really bad at that. You see, if you do this setup, you can actually hit the lightning ball. And it pushes you away from the opponent. It does a little bit of chip here and there. It's not bad at all. Yeah, it doesn't really do much chip, but it keeps your opponent away. If you don't want to be really close to the opponent. So those are the different kind of setups you can do with this variation and with this ability. So when it comes to the overhead, some of you may think, is the overhead safe? And it actually is safe on block. It's actually -4 on block advantage. And that's pretty good. So whenever you do like... You actually can block when you recover, but the thing is you can't counter poke. Cause like when I try to counter poke, Kodakon has a 7-frame down 1, which I also have a 7-frame down 1, and I try to do a down 1 right after I land, and he hits me first, so... Yeah, see, I try to do a Y at the moment, and he hits me first. So you can't really counter poke after the setup. So it's like, some of you may say, then what's the point of doing it? But like, you know... You could still do it, just for it to be there. Plus it also side switches as well. It's a pretty good side switch if you do a certain version, like say if you do this, and you switch sides and the opponent's on that side. But what about the other setups, such as like this? It also side switches as well. And see, if the opponent does try to counter the teleport, they will get hit by the overhead. That's also a pretty good part about just randomly doing the overhead. Now, if you do this setup off the back three, it keeps you wide in front of them. So yeah, that's like basically the ins and outs and the basics of this ability. In tournament play, would this ability be useful? I honestly don't know, but if you want to be as really zone heavy with Raiden, you already can be very zone heavy with these tools already. But if you already get like, you know, you get these added to it, you can counter people jumping a lot. You know, like this ability can be useful for zoning, but like, you know, these up close setups, it's like, you could do it, you maybe not, but if you like, you know, you can like better down poke whenever you use these standard strings. But doing the overhead, you can't really counter poke. What are you doing? Like you can't really counter poke, so it's like you don't get much advantage from doing it. So honestly, it's like the overhead's okay, but it's like why do it when you can already be a little bit more advantage, or at least you can counter poke better just using your normals. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, and I hope you guys find this very informational and useful. It might make you guys want to play with this ability. I think the setups can be pretty fun to use in certain ways, but like you don't get tremendous advantage for doing it. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, and see ya.